0.79 range rate. Depot is kind of doing the completing of the maneuver a little bit to adjust. And we are done with the roll maneuver. We're in fly around at this time. Angular rate is. The line of sight is not that big, but we are gaining it. Okay, and let's okay. We keep losing picture from time to time, so please provide continuous commentary and continue with that. Okay, no problem. We'll do. So Moscow, the range is 309, 308 meters. Range rate is 0.84 meters per second, and we are in fly around mode at this time. Alaska is set.
That last call you heard, the Soyuz now in the fly-around mode, everything going very smoothly with its approach to the International Space Station. Both vehicles just making their way from orbital night to orbital day as they are just north of South America and making their way northeasterly over the northern Atlantic Ocean. That should be a daylight docking. Again, we're just about 21 minutes away from that planned mating between the two vehicles. We have a brief break in the communications link-up with the Soyuz, but that is expected and will be resumed.
The spotlight? No, I don't think we need it. What about close range lights? Not. We don't need those. Moscow, this is just a side discussion amongst ourselves whether we need to activate the spotlight or not. But since we have great visibility and we don't have that much left in approach, so we decided to skip activating the spotlight. Yeah, you don't need to turn it on, Mikhail, if you don't think you need it and if you have good visibility. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much for concurring with us. And all the commands are set to go and armed, so as soon as we need to send them, we will fire. To 0.1314. Buried.
Correction on that, it's about 227 meters and closing in. Both the crews on the International Space Station as well as Soyuz have each vehicle in sight, and you can see clearly in view now as the vehicles are in the orbital daylight making their way over the northern Atlantic Ocean.
The fly around, we flew around the station almost more than half of the way from where we started. Visual range matches the predict and the actual measurements. About 200 meters. Course set 1 is on. So then, and course modes are showing fly around and lock on.
Beautiful view there of the Soyuz spacecraft. As you've heard, about 200 meters out from the International Space Station, and the Core's automated docking system performing well. That is going to be used for the approach to the International Space Station. If necessary, the crews on board the International Space Station are monitoring and ready to jump in with manual docking system if necessary.
Although, based on what we see visually, we are getting close to the end of the fly around. And Vostoky, you can leave it at narrow angle with the lens. Yeah, I understand, but I'm just checking with you to see if you'd like us to switch to wide angle at some point. 205 meters. Range rate is 0.07. It's almost continuous. Radial range is close to 0, and we are in station keeping. Station keeping enabled, and station keeping we're starting to kind of maneuver a tiny bit, and 360-degree scan. SNC has been formed, which is what we always see when we approach from nadir, because we're working with a different antenna. ISS-1.
As you've heard there, the crew reporting they are now in station keeping, taking a brief pause before they'll make their final approach to the International Space Station. We're about 16 minutes from the planned docking time. All of the activities going well, the vehicle's performing well.
We have a good visual in the station. Basically, we're stabilizing motion now, as expected. Antenna switching have been completed. Station keeping, final approach on the display. We haven't really gained much rate. Range is 188. Range rate 0.05. So we're basically station keeping still. And enabling final approach for final approach. Do you want us to do that on time? You're going to enable final approach now from control panel. 1320. Okay, so you're going now? Yes, you're going now to enable from the rendezvous display. Okay, switch to rendezvous display. 13:16:45. Final approach initiated.
And as you've heard there, the vehicle officer reporting they final approach has now been initiated.
Final approach is final approach, and we are accelerating to close with the station. This is ready, and we have that eliminated. Okay, so all nominal. At 50 meters, we will look at the SSVP status. And while we're just starting to do the final approach, can you maximize the picture so it would be full screen? And on N2 on the left, could you switch AGC mode until we actually get a better picture? But of course, in the end, it needs to be as best for you as possible. Okay, copy. So then TVS. Okay, from TVS, from the TV display, so we'll try to switch between the AGC mode. In the meantime, we have a range of 127 meters. And the range rate is 0.68 meters per second. Okay, and you switched and no?
Yes.
No choice? Yeah, no. This is not better. Yeah, I was talking about the R5 command. Okay. I think this is the best we can do.
This is
This is the most information you could.
dramatic view from the International Space Station, looking back towards the Soyuz spacecraft.
Good to go. Okay.
The two vehicles now moving over the northern Atlantic Ocean.
Details in our commentary. Maybe, you know what? Why don't we just turn on the floodlight and be done with this? Okay, 92 meters, 0.45 meters per second range rate. For me, this is a great view. I can't think of a better way to see it. But perhaps for you on the TV video image, you could see it better. 83 for range.
As you heard there, the range 83 meters, the two vehicles traveling at about 420 kilometers above the Earth, or about 260 statute miles.
Didn't make things better. Maybe it's just us. Copy, Mikhail. And on the left info, please don't forget to preset the SSFA display once we approach 50-meter mark. We're already set up to go, so we'll keep monitoring the status of antenna retraction and SSFA back to initial. 0.32 meters per second range rate, visually confirmed. 0.65 meters in range, and the target is now getting to be visible. Not great, but we can discern it. 62 meters range, 0.26 meters per second, GSO 1, 2, 3, 4, ready. Everything's normal.
As you've heard there, the crew reporting that closing in at a rate of 0.26 meters per second, 62 meters out from the space station, slowly closing in on the orbiting complex, everything going well.
55 meters, 0.21 meters per second. We see target. Crosshairs are aligned. Everything's nominal. Range is 52 meters. And standing by for antenna retraction command to be executed. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 are in LSS. Sudan is in final approach mode. 4 is in final approach. We continue to have a great visual on the station.
As you can see here, some live data from the Soyuz spacecraft, 47 meters out from the International Space Station, closing in at about a tenth of a meter per second. The Soyuz taking a slow and deliberate approach as it makes its way to the International Space Station.
And yeah, if you look at the TV, you can barely see it, which is strange. Okay, so this is a phenomenal. Range is 48 meters. Range rate is 0.18. Copy.
Soyuz spacecraft is actually ahead of the International Space Station and slowing to make its docking to the International Space Station. The two are just making their way over the northern Atlantic Ocean, minutes from crossing over the United Kingdom. We're about less than 10 minutes from the planned docking.
Floodlight starts to be very effective from this range. Yeah, that's right. It's like it just started to light up the station. So 0.16 meters per second. Visual range matches measured range.
Which I can't see that. It's awesome. Okay.
A beautiful view from the International Space Station. Looking ahead, the Soyuz spacecraft in view. The two vehicles just moments away from crossing over London. They're traveling at an altitude of about 418 kilometers above the Earth, 260 statute miles. Two vehicles closing in.
Okay, we copy.
Less than 50 meters separating the two vehicles and everything going well. They're using their course automated docking system again on board the space station. The crew members all monitoring the activities, ready to use the manual docking mechanism if needed.
Time, and we'll call you back.
The target is at the center of the field of view, half a degree upward of the crosshair. Range is 28. Range rate is 0.13. Everything else matches nominal profile for auto docking. this?
Разрешение.
Yes. Of course, on
Сейчас
MCC Go, but
книжку уберу.
let me stow this book somewhere out of the way, just in case.
Да может понадобится.
We might need it, I don't know.
Так, кресты.
Crosshairs are aligned. The roll adjustment done. Range is 22 meters. We're braking just a tiny bit. The range rate is 0.12. 0.11. A little bit of a misalignment on the crosshairs.
И крем.
And a little bit of a roll.
Приличный крем.
I would say actually kind of a big roll. Okay, and this is visually, because Buzz Air, we see it on your display. Yeah, this is visual observation. I think it will adjust itself. And range now is 17 meters. Range rate decimal 13.
У нас условия наблюдения очень
We have great visibility. Lighting conditions are excellent. The vehicle is super stable.
никаких нету возвратно-поступательных.
No vibrations whatsoever. Very smooth motion. There is a slight misalignment on the crosshairs. However, but it goes back very quickly. So everything is great and stable.
The vehicle is 12 meters out and traveling at 0.1 meters per second.
Crosshair is about a third.
Truly impressive view of the Soyuz spacecraft, the International Space Station, both closing in for docking about 5 minutes from now.
As soon as a little bit of a roll bias occurs, so we're good. 9 meters, range rate 0.1 meters per second. A little bit of a misalignment on the crosshairs, a little bit of yaw bias. 7 meters, this is phenomenal. Antenna retracted.
As you can see now in view, the small docking target, which is right there, very close within the crosshairs on this graphic display from the Soyuz spacecraft. Less than 4 meters out, 1/10 of a meter per second.
About
half of the thickness of a crosshair in misalignment. Sudan might adjust for it, but I think I would say we're good. Crosshairs aligned, no lateral accelerations or rotations. Standing by for contact. Contact. Mechanical capture.
And contact and capture confirmed. Docking confirmed for 4:27 a.m. Central Time.
Everything's nominal, Moscow. We are home.
Be standing by for the hooks and latches, but again, contact now confirmed between the two vehicles. That again occurring a little ahead of schedule at 4:27 a.m. Central Time.
Way to go. Thank you. And thank you. Mechanical capture.
You're also seeing a live view there from the Agat Hall in Baikonur, where friends, families, and VIP members have been watching the activities. Everything going smoothly. That a very impressive view of the Soyuz spacecraft docking to the space station. That occurring as the vehicles were crossing over Germany at, again, just a few moments ago, 4:27 a.m. Central Time.
6 hours and 14 minutes was your ride. That's how long it was. 6 and 14. 6 hours and 14 minutes was the duration of the journey. Yeah, I guess I got the torch up here in 6 hours. Alright, well, you would have been in the running for the top prize, but, you've been beat by Pavel Fyodor because, you had to use that extra half an hour. Okay, copy all. We're going to move on to the leak checks right now with your permission. What do you mean our permission? You're way go to do that. And then we'll get to the Olympic torch, if you don't mind. R7. R7.
13:29.
132940. 132940. Востоки, Moscow. Continue for page 67. Page 67 and work pressure SA 840. Ouch. RPV is closed at 132940. RPV valve. In the habitation compartment, the bow. The pressure is 829. In the instrumentation, 853. Copy all. Misha, I've sent all the commands. Deactivate wide angle, activate AGC, deactivate floodlights. Alright, deactivation is complete. Everything seems to be chugging along. 2940. Moscow station space to go to for recording deactivation. Go ahead, station. This is Moscow.
As you've been hearing, everything going well. The probe retraction underway. They're about 3/4 of the way through with that.
Repeat, all right. I'm terminating recording on SSC of the video. Yes, you go. Do you need the file download? We do. Copy. We'll be on OCA. Alright, what's the status of SS with that? S13 confirmed, okay. Misha, alright, Misha, can you read me? Yes, go ahead. Misha, congratulations to you, Rick.
The VDO officer here at the Flight Control Center confirming that the Soyuz hooks are now closed and they are now driving with the MRM-1 hooks.
4839 in the descent module, by oscillating.
All the activities continuing to go smoothly after that initial docking at 4:27 a.m. Central Time.
Function instrumentation is 853, still stable as well. Востоки, have you shut down the periscope? Confirming. Copy. We deactivate the floodlight, the AGC mode. Course inaudible. The activity completion inaudible. Yeah, we'll let you know. Automatic docking timeline completion time will be called down as soon as we have it. Moscow main control room. From station, do we need to deactivate the TV or is there still need? You are going to shut that down over. The latches are retracted. Confirming. That's for Soyuz. I understand that we're all bundled together on the same loop and everybody's reading us who's listening to that loop. Copy that? Go ahead. Inaudible.
The VDO officer here at the Mission Control Center reporting hooks now on both sides now closed. The heart rate confirmed. The crew now will commence with the leak checks and other configurations to prepare for the hatch opening between the two vehicles. We'll be bringing that to you live as well. That's expected to occur around 6:40 a.m. Central Time.
And it's deactivated. Standing by for 9, 11, and 13. That's eligible. Востоке, this is Moscow. We're standing by for the 15-minute pressure reading. Right. We're monitoring every once in a while. It's been 8 minutes. Yeah, we're 7 minutes away from the 15-minute measurement. Right. All's good. Pressure still stable. We continuously monitor and it's continuously stable. Yeah, it would be nice to see the station too, to have a chance to take a look at it. This is Fedor. Tomorrow we will be able to enter the station any moment now. The weather up here is Fedor. Kind of hard to believe. It's stable, sunny, 0 clouds. Yep, we had some clouds yesterday, but not today. Okay. Station Moscow, 602 for Fedor. Go ahead. Fedor. Please. Move the MRM1 KVD 1 valve into electrical mode. And also we need to have, move to mode 6, leaving all the other settings as they are. In the meantime, we'll take our time to get some cleaning and tidying up.
You're hearing some ongoing dialogue there between the Moscow Mission Control Specialist talking with the on-orbit crews both on the International Space Station, as well as the Soyuz spacecraft, which is now docked.